Hello, in the new video of Dynasty War, and today we're going to talk about our Lord, and we're going to talk about set skills, and let's go to the armory and check it out. We're not going to talk about Astro today. I said I'm going to talk about the Warriors, so I'm going to start with the Warriors. Just in case if you haven't watched the last video, which I talked about the Sharpshooter, I just want to review the basic stuff. There are 6 equipment slots, so you can put in 6 equipment slots, and basically every 2 equipment you can get a set abilities, a set skill. So what that means is you can get 3 set skills in total if you plan accordingly, because there's no reason to get all 6 of the same set, because there's no set skill for 6 pieces. There's only set skill up to 4 pieces. So there's 2 configuration. One is a 2-4 configuration. 2-4 or 4-2 basically means you get 4 equipment from one set and 2 equipment from another set. You get 6 equipment, you get 3 set skills. Or if you get a 2-2-2, meaning you get 2 equipments for 3 sets. So you still get 3 set skills. They're just the first set skill instead of the second one, or instead of including the second one. So let's start it with the Warriors set. Again, 8 sets. Each set there's 6 items in it. Out of the 8 sets, 4 are active, 4 are passive, and we're going to start with the active. So the first one is Chain. What it does is it forms a shield to your Lord with your Lord's maximum HP. Okay, it's 30% of your Lord's maximum HP as shield. And then the next ability, it deals extra damage equivalent to 50% of the shield. So this is a very weird way to point out a very simple math. You may say, well, 50% of the shield as damage, that seems a lot. Actually, if you just do the math, it's only 15% of your Lord's maximum HP. Now, it's still good. That also depends on how much maximum HP your Lord has. If your Lord has 10,000 HP, that's 1,500 HP added to your skill. Again, I don't know what's the maximum damage for the skill right now, because mine is not at 15 on 15. I would assume it's probably close to like 2,000 to 3,000-ish. So getting another 1,500 to it is close to 40 to 50% extra damage. So it's pretty good. Then the next one is the Niren. Anyways, this one I think it's it's very necessary. The first one is very necessary. Increase 1 shackle summon. So you get 1 more target. The skill currently, the default, only targets 4 enemies. Having 1 more is basically a 25% increase in output. Also, you are able to attack one more target. You can lock them, freeze them for one more target. It's a pretty good deal. Now the next one, increase the range for 30%. And multiple videos I've talked about increasing the range. It's not really that good until it goes up to like 50 to 60%, because 10 tiles give you 3 tiles, 20 tiles give you 6 tiles. The 10 tile, the 3 extra tiles for 10 tiles, it's not that helpful. You won't notice the change. While the 6 tiles for 20 tiles, you might notice the 6 tiles, but again, when you have 20 tiles, you don't really care. So because it's a percentage of your current range, the bigger your range is, the less important the extra range is. The lower your range is, the more important the extra range is. However, the lower your range is, the lower the extra range is also. So if you understand what that means, I don't think you need the whole Niren set. Just have the first skill and that'll be fine. Wolf. What is the Wolf? Increase the shackle damage by 30% for the first skill, and then the second one increases additional damage by 20% of target's max HP and nullifies all health restoration for 10 seconds. Very, very extremely important. You get more damage, way more damage. Also stops them from healing, which is a bonus, because this is 20% of your target's maximum HP. What that means is you are guaranteed to take out 20% of the HP. Given the cap is 2,500, really ideal for taking out heroes, especially shield heroes. So that's 20% of their HP. On top of that, you have 30% of your own skills damage. So in total, it honestly depends on how much damage your original skill has. Because this only increased 30%, while remember in the chain, the last skill is actually, it gives 15% of your own HP as damage. Not giving, but like having an extra 15% of your maximum HP as damage. So it depends on how much HP your lord has. So if you have good equipment, I think this is a viable one to go to. You just do more damage. And the more HP you have, the more damage you're doing. And it's a more balanced one as well. While this one, the wolf, is full offensive. You just try to do as much damage as possible. So let's go for the next one, Mist. Mist, a lot of people like this one. This is very popular. It increases the shackles duration for 35%. At max skill, it's 6 seconds. So 35%, it goes up to 8 seconds. Basically 2 more seconds when you're at maximum skill. And then it also stopped the hero's fury regeneration, the targeted hero's fury regeneration. So again, this I think, because it doesn't stop them from using their skill. So stopping their regeneration is pretty helpful for, I think this doesn't tell you how, I think it's 10 seconds. They didn't write it down there, but I think it's 10 seconds. Anyways, so if they have the last stand seal, they can still reaches the max, the rage, the fury that they need, and they still use their skill. It's very control-ish, which I don't really like on an offensive character. If I'm gonna build him all the way aggressive and do much more damage, I will do the damage instead of this, because increasing the time 2 more seconds could be valuable. But I would assume I would try to kill them in the first case in the beginning already, because I'm using my warrior with Zhang Wei, so I don't really care about the enemy hero's regeneration, fury regeneration. So I am going the whole wolf set and then the Niren for the 1 extra shackle. I think this is almost necessary. Now, if you want to do even more damage just to kill the hero, take this whole set and then take the wolf, which is 30% of your own skill. Now, this way, what you really is doing is you're targeting non-shield or sword hero. So if you, for example, if you're fighting heroes that are defensive heroes, not defensive, like fan hero or archer hero, the chain will be much more effective because it's using your own HP and you are going to have a lot of HP. While the wolf uses their HP. If their HP is small, it's lower, it's not as effective. Especially, this is an active skill, you only use this once. You might be targeting structures instead of heroes. So that 20% extra HP might not be that nice. Because your skill with the 30% extra damage might be able to take out a lot of the defensive structures already. Obviously 20% is still 20%, you will still take out 20% of the structure's HP on top of your skill. So I think there's a couple ways to build this. A lot of people like the utility, want more control, want to freeze them for longer and stop them from regenerating fury. But let's go to the passive skill, Quick. What does this offer? This, when your passive skill, your shield from your passive skill is destroyed, you will do damage to 4 enemies, 30% of your shield. So it depends on what level your passive skill is. If it's 15 or 15, this will be pretty good. I don't know how much HP does the shield has. I would say probably around 4,000 to 5,000. I'm just guessing. Maybe someone has it already, but I don't want to go check. Anyways, 4 nearby enemies. Again, how nearby is nearby? What if an archer hero killed me with 5 tower range? Is that near enough? Because if that is, 30% of the shield could possibly go up to over 1,000 damage. If I could do 1,000 damage to an archer hero or fan hero when they destroyed my shield, I think this is it's a very good skill. Especially, this is only the first skill. The second skill is cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction, usually, as we've seen in the sharpshooter, cooldown reduction, they try to give you a very crappy skill as the first one, and then second one give you cooldown reduction. Because cooldown reduction is extremely powerful, no matter what type of skill you are. If you're passive on defense or on offense, cooldown is always needed. So this is a very good defensive skill. I think if you go on offense, I don't know what's the chance that you can use your skill multiple times? It does take 12 seconds to use your skill now if you have the whole set. But on defense, if they are attacking you, once they destroy your shield, they don't destroy you. They destroy your shield. They get killed. They get damaged due to them already. So there is a chance that you can use your skill again, create the shield, and do damage to them when your shield is destroyed. So the next one is Taunt, which is one that I think very, very unique, and I think I want to go for this. Basically, you can taunt. You taunt everyone for 5 seconds. Very similar to Ghostfire's transcending skill. However, Ghostfire's minions have to auto attack in order for the taunt to activate. This one, it seems like it will automatically taunt the nearby enemies. And then the next skill increases the range, the radius. So this is, I mean, it's a kind of lazy thing. You're like, we gave you a pretty unique skill, but I don't know what to give you anymore. So I just increase the radius. So it really depends on how big the original radius is. If it's not big enough, you need the 50% so that it's better. But if the original range, original area is big enough, maybe you don't need it. So you can save that to equipment for something else. Or if it's big, getting a 50% radius is even bigger, like way bigger. Then you can basically attract a lot of enemies for 5 seconds. So I think I would want to increase the duration of the taunt more than increasing the radius of the taunt. Anyways, like next one is Trump. Increase Dragon Ward's durability by 25%. Basically increase the HP of the shield for 25%. If you have max skill, again, you get the most out of this. If you don't, not very great because you don't have a lot of HP anyways. And as I said earlier, I assume the Dragon War has 4,000 to 5,000 HP. 25% of that will at least give you an additional 1,000 HP. Pretty good. Then the next one, once the Dragon Wall was destroyed, your Lord can... I'm trying to read this as I am trying to remember what this skill actually is, because this description is really weird. Let me just check my notes. So you get a 25% extra HP for your first skill, and then the next one, you get invisibility, basically. Not invisibility. You won't get controlled, so you won't be affected by the doll. So you won't get taunted, you won't get slow, you won't be freeze. So I think that's what the negative buff is. Yeah, negative buff immunity. Also, you get 40% damage reduction, 40% damage mitigation, whatever you want to call it. So you will take 40% less damage for 6 seconds. I think I don't really know when you want to use this, because on defense, it's unlikely you will get a negative buff. On offense, you have 6 seconds of survivability after your shield is gone, but it's unlikely you can last for another skill to activate. It really depends how much HP your shield has, because your second skill only activates after the shield is broken. So the more HP your shield has, the later your skill, the later your second skill is activated. So because it lasts for 6 seconds. At least the reduction for 40% damage lasts for 6 seconds. So it's easier, more possibility that you can survive until your next passive skill to activate. So I don't think this is really good. Yeah, the first one is good. The first skill is good. But you might want to just take the first one. Now, this last one, the Quag, it's one of the more popular passive sets because it slows the attack speed of enemy while your Dragon War is activated, which should be most of the time on defense. You should probably use this on defense as well. And the next one, when your shield is broken, you can cast 3 shackles for to freeze 3 enemies for 3 seconds. I don't think these shackles do damage like the ones in the active because it just wouldn't make sense. It's really unfair. And for that same reason, I don't think I want to use this. I don't want to use the whole set. It might not be a good choice. I mean, it could, obviously it's probably one of the easiest choice because it's just guaranteed if your hero get attacked and their shield is broken, you can lock them for 3 seconds, which might be pretty good. Which would be pretty good for defense if you can lock their hero for 3 seconds. So let's talk about what are the different combinations you can use. For me, I really want to use the Taunt. I am considering using the whole set. It really depends on how big the area is for the first skill. If it's big enough, I want to use the Taunt and then maybe get 25% extra shield and then get the damage to the enemy, right? 30% of your Dragon War's HP to the enemy. Or I'll get the Taunt, I'll get the HP, the extra shield, and then I will slow the enemy for 60%. I think the Warriors passive set skills, out of the 4, you can just pick any 3 and it will work. You can just pick any of the first skill and it will work pretty well. You can have extra shield on your extra shielding, and then do damage when your shield is destroyed, or slow enemy down, or taunt them. In fact, I think, yeah, this one, if you're gonna use the Quake, which takes 30% of the Dragon War's HP, you probably want the Trump because you want to have more HP for the Dragon War, unless it doesn't take effect into this, which I think it should be. If it does, it'll be pretty good. If it doesn't, then you don't really need to combine them together. But taunting them, attracting them, and then slowing them down, slowing their attack speed down, and then do damage to them, it's another good way too. You probably don't need the 25% extra shield from this set. But honestly, I think cooldown reduction is pretty good. Locking them for 3 seconds is also pretty good. The Trump one is not very important. Getting the 40% damage reduction is pretty good, and then the Taunt is really situational. It really depends on how big this original skill is. So I think for Warriors, there are so many different choices you can do, and it's one of the better one, I think, at least to play with. Better than very limiting, more choice. You can try different things. Yeah, so I would think this is probably a good. These passive skills are pretty good, and this is it for this video for Warrior. Next video, I will talk about the astrologian. I think. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it right now. I think the set skills for the Astro is actually also pretty good. Out of the 3 for right now, I think Sharpshooter has the worst set skills. And one more thing. As of currently, when I record these videos, they changed the equipment set skills. It's guaranteed when you get an orange equipment, it's guaranteed to have the set skills. The trait is still random. You might get it or you might not get it. I think a lot of people are upset that they kept getting orange equipment without the set skill. It's really frustrating. I never tried it. The only 3 equipment that I got, the only 3 orange equipment that I got, all 3 of them had set skills in them, so it didn't affect me at all. However, purple, when you get purple, the set skills is still a chance to show up. So it's a good change. I think it will be much easier to get the things you want to get, which is the set skill. But this is it for this video. The next one, we'll talk about the astrology, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.